we have our viewers already chiming in. Yes, I know that you've heard by now that Johnny Depp won big in his defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife Amber Heard. He was awarded $15 million in damages. Meantime, Amber was awarded $2 million after the jury found that Johnny's lawyer defamed her. Now, as you can see, this was Amber's reaction as the judge read the verdict. She does not look pleased. Amber is reportedly filing an appeal already. Now, in a statement posted to Instagram shortly afterwards, Amber said, quote, "The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband." Meantime, Johnny was apparently eating fish and chips in an English pub when the verdict was read. Here he is leaving with fans cheering him on. Now, Johnny posted to Instagram shortly after saying that the jury, quote, "gave me my life back." Quick reaction. What did you think? Were you surprised?
I'm happy that Johnny got his life back. I'm not happy for what happened to both of them or Amber Heard is looked at in a different way. I'm happy Johnny got a chance to get his life back because we were in a world just a couple years ago. There was a world when if one person says something, that's the end of your career. Let's put them aside. Johnny got a chance to give his side of the case and got his life back, and that's what I'm happy for.
Were you surprised, Erica?
I wasn't surprised, but I also didn't think that the verdict mattered. I think that this was all about the court of public opinion from the very beginning because there weren't any criminal charges before that. It also is a really great example for people to look at about how you can really make your own fate in situations like this. No one from an external party, no third party came in and created this mess. This was done by the two of them who decided willingly and consensually to be in a relationship. And then when it didn't go well, they aired out all of their grievances and dirty laundry for all the world to weigh in on. So at the end of the day, when you look at Johnny Depp and say, yes, he got his life back, a lot of that had to do with the court of public opinion. People did not want to see this happen to him, but it didn't matter what happened in the courtroom.
Good point. I mean, you know, I look at this toxic relationship and I wonder, as I was listening to you talk, Erica, I wonder if maybe they said the only way out of this is through. And meaning, like, you have to go through this gauntlet of literally an embarrassing
but only
hell.
One made it out with support.
But I would say that they could have both just exited. Like, you take half your stuff, get out of my place. I'll be out in 30 days. I blocked your number. They could have done that, and we would have been covering another story. But neither one of them could do that, or one of them was less willing than the other. So they both, whether they did it together or not, decided that we have to go through this in the public because it's been that toxic, and this is the result.
Millions of people tuned in. In fact, I would love to get a legal perspective. Of course, we're joined today by former prosecutor, friend of the show, veteran trial attorney Mark Eiglarsh. Hey, Mark.
So, Mark.
Hey. Go ahead. Yes.
Well, you know I'm going to give it to you a little bit. Yeah. You know I'm going to give it to you because
go right ahead, Jeff. Go gloat. Why don't you?
Take a big slice of that humble pie. But you did think that Amber was going to win this case. So what did you think of the verdict?
Well, I still am trying to make heads or tails of it. Understand, in one respect, the jurors are saying, we don't believe a single thing that you have to say. So there's no way that you can claim to be a domestic violence victim, so much so that we will strip you of your First Amendment freedom to write what you wrote in your Washington Post article. Okay, I got that for 1 second. But then they grant her $2 million when the attorney for Depp claimed that what she was saying was a hoax and what she was doing was a hoax. How can those reconcile? How can you give her money yet at the same time make her pay money? It's one or the other. So I don't know that this is a proper legal decision, and I like her chances on appeal.
Wow.
Mark, fighting to the end.
What do you think? Because you spoke about your ideas of this jury. So what did you think that the jury heard that really made them rule in Johnny's favor?
I think that, like the court of public opinion, they looked at Heard, and like you, Erica, because I saw it in your eyes last time I was on, you don't like Amber Heard. And
I
that's
never
okay.
said that, Mark. I never said that. No, I did not say that.
You didn't say it, but I thought that I got the sense that most people will say had a lot of disdain for what she was saying and the way that she was saying it. I then think it's hard for them to say, well, wait a second, what are we really focusing on? Just what she wrote in the Washington Post article, and whether she had the right to say that men get favored when women come forward, or that I'm a domestic violence victim and I faced the wrath of the public when I went out there. Those things, to me, are constitutionally protected if she believed she was a victim.
answer.
No,
Yes.
I appreciate that. I do want to be clear because I do think I represent a certain segment of the population that my feeling has always been, I believe women. But I think we all have an opportunity to say, do we believe this particular woman? And I didn't have like a definitive response on that, but I do think it begs a question.
Right. And I think this is wonderful, this verdict, for women who, and I'm not saying that Amber Heard is one, but if there are women who are about to say lies about somebody, like Jeff, for example, and potentially try to ruin his career, they better think before they do it.
Yep.
They better be able to back it up. At the same time, I have concerns for the women who truly are victims, but nothing happened in front of a busload of nuns. It happened in their quiet home, and they're not going to be able to prove it, so maybe they don't come forward with those allegations.
Yeah, it's super scary. I have a question here I want to ask, but when we talk about First Amendment right, yes, she can write that. She can write that essay, but is she then interfering with the rights of the person she's writing about? That was my question with the Amber situation. Isn't she? If you're accusing somebody of something that toxic, are you now taking away their right to work, their right to a normal life?
Yeah, while she didn't mention him by name, a reasonable inference could be, okay, you're talking about that Pirates of the Caribbean dude, and that's going to harm him. So she better be able to back it up, and apparently she wasn't. All
right, well, let's get to this. She lost the libel case in London, but won the defamation case here in the States. So what do we take from that? What do we think the difference was?
Well, you have a judge, not a jury, but a judge who probably doesn't even know what TikTok is. And he made a decision over in London. A jury here, which we know are influenced by public opinion. They're not robots. Of course they know what the prevailing view is, and they make a decision. And they decided that she was void of any credibility. We're not going to give her anything. Very big difference between the two. And by the way, the first trial wasn't against Heard. It was against a newspaper. So how much you're really going to hate the newspaper? They can certainly hate Heard.
Wow. Unbelievable that we might, though, see an appeal come to fruition, given that.
We're going to see it. The question is whether it's going to be reversed. And I think there are a lot of grounds to reverse this.
All right.
I'd like to just see like a fight between Mark and his wife. Like, I told you I was going to take the trash out. It's technically not out there, but I'm still under the law that I'm going to take it out.
Right.
Well, he pledged to take it out. Actually take it out.
Yeah, you can't win. You can't win with Mark.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us here on DBL. For more information,
love you, man.
We love you. We got to make sure our DBL viewers, though, check out your law firm. Go to speaktomark.com.